Thanks. I'll start by saying this. Family, and loyalty means everything to me. And you've heard Coach Beckman mention it a few times about how much family is important to him. I didn't take this opportunity lightly. I've been doing this for over 15 years. And I found out, or I realized in this business, who you work for is extremely important. They have to hold the same values that you hold. And when I got the call and I was presented with this opportunity, I spent some time praying, because I wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing. I wanted to make sure that my family would be happy, that they would be all in as we embarked on this new journey. After praying, after talking to Coach Beckman and understanding his vision for this program, at that point it became real to me that there was no other opportunity that I would really want to be a part of and being part of Illini Nation. So I'm extremely, extremely blessed, extremely humbled, to have a chance to work with these young men that we've met over these last couple weeks. The new staff that Coach Beckman has put together, I'm extremely, extremely excited about these guys. Not only do they bring great youth, but they bring great experience, and sometimes that's hard to find. So I'm excited about these guys. I believe the sky's the limit here. As Coach Beckman alluded to earlier, I had a pretty good job where I left. We had a bunch of guys coming back. We had just won a championship there, so we didn't have to leave. But again, understanding the vision that he has, understanding the vision that Mike Thomas had, again, at that point it became a no-brainer. So I'm excited. I really am. We have really good kids here. And as I've continued to grow and learn about our university, I understand what it means to be part of this Illini Nation. Just from academics, from the great history that they have in terms of football. Really, it's a no-brainer. It really is. So I'm excited to be the defensive coordinator here. And as I stated earlier, I'm excited about our staff. I really can't wait to get started this spring, and I look forward to coaching these young men. But it's going to be a good ride. What you'll see from our defense, you're going to see an attacking style defense, guys flying around, playing with great passion and great juice. The thing that guys keep asking about, well, what scheme are you running? The scheme really is irrelevant. For us, it's about the fundamentals, okay, and the level of passion and toughness that the kids bring to the table. And right now the kids are working extremely hard in the weight room. Okay, so if that's any inclination of what they're going to bring to the field, I'm excited. I'm fired up, and I know what kind of man Coach Beckman is and his defensive expertise. I'm excited to continue to grow under his leadership as we move forward. So it's going to be great. You guys will be extremely proud, okay, of the product, the guys that we put on the field. It'll be something that Illini Nation can be extremely happy and fired up about. So with that, I'll open it up to any questions.
It's another go-around for you under Mike Thomas. What's that?
It is. Mike Thomas is a great leader. I was there with him for 2 years and just watching the way he carried himself. And I would tell you this, man, you guys will learn this about me. I believe this. Anybody can talk it. Not a lot of people live it. And I had a chance to watch him live it. When he says his door is open to his student athletes, it's not just lip service, it is. So without a doubt, having a chance to be around Mike Thomas again was definitely an added bonus.
Pretty excited to work with the defense that's coming back with this group.
Absolutely. Our goal around here is to win championships. So, I know our defense did some really good things last year, and we're looking forward to building upon that, and we're going to do everything we can, obviously, to continue to keep this thing going, but the reality of it is we want to play good enough to win a championship. That's the standard around here. We want to win, and we want to play for Big Ten championships.
You cross paths with some of the people that be working with you?
As far as the players or the coaches?
Have you met them before?
Oh, absolutely. Mike Ward, we've worked together for a couple years at Bowling Green, which Coach Beckman alluded to earlier. I've also spent some time with Coach Klingsdale. We work camps together. So, all these guys, even Keith Gilmore, I've kind of followed Keith a little bit. Keith was at Central Michigan, where I went to school, and I'm an alum there. And from there, he was at Cincinnati, which obviously we followed there. So I'm kind of following Keith around a little bit. So this is kind of the first time we actually get a chance to work together. So I'm excited about him because I've kind of seen his work, when we followed him to the other stops. And he's done a tremendous job with our defensive alignment, and I expect that trend to continue. Well, you guys are easy. Is that it? All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.